let's begin with the introduction. So, all of us in our country as individuals, we definitely have different aspirations as to how we would like to live our life and what our future goals and aspirations are going to be like, right? We also have a few ideas as to what kind of a way should our country be like. So we will tend to ask some questions. So what are these questions? So these questions are going to be ranging from the essential things that we require, and can life be the same for all of the people for the better, and how should people live together, and can there be more equality, right? I bet one of you, all of you would have at least asked one of these four questions to yourselves any point of the time in your life, right? So this chapter ends up thinking about questions like this and also giving the answers to all these. So what development purposes to different people and different goals, we will be seeing certain example which is going to cover three kinds of different people who have three kinds of different goals. So let us evaluate as to what this is, right? So first, there is a landless rural labor. So initially, he is from the rural area. He does not have any kind of land, which is a very, very important resource. What kind of a development goal or an aspiration does this person have, right? So he aspires for a better wage and more days of work, and he also aspires to go to a local school that is nearby, and he also aspires for his children to get that kind of education. And there should also not be any kind of social discrimination, as he is a landless rural labor and people will look down on him. So that should be stopped immediately, and he or she aspires to become the leader of the village one day. Right? So this is a different aspirations this category of person has. Next, let's move on to the prosperous farmers from Punjab. So you must be knowing the farmers of Punjab are very prosperous in producing wheat and rice and other food grains. And definitely he will be having a good income to support his family, right? And he should also be able in a situation to pay for those laborers who work under him. And he should also make enough money through this entire process of farming so that he can send his children abroad for education. Next, we have a girl from a rich urban family. You can see she's from a rich urban family, a modernized family. She gets as much freedom as that of her brother, and she is very empowered. So what is empowered? She is able to make decisions on her own for the better of herself, and she is also able to pursue her studies abroad. Why? Because she comes from a rich urbanized class who can afford to send her abroad for education. So have you seen? Please notice this table again and please think for yourself. Do all these persons have the same notion of development or progress? Mostly not, right? They are all in different sectors and they all have different aspirations. So that's about it. So sometimes two persons or a group of persons may want some things which are conflicting, right? Let us take a brief example as to what are these conflicting scenarios. There is an industry going to be built in a certain area. For that industry to be built, you have to take down a few forests so you can build more dams for the industry to get some kind of electricity. But when you are raising these forests, many tribals are getting displaced, right? Their homes are getting displaced. So these tribals say, please industrialists, don't build your industry, don't remove our homes, please look at other alternatives. So here there's a conflicting scenario. So who do you think might get an upper hand here? Please think about it and discuss that with your peers. Also, for a good conclusion, we can see that different persons can have different development goals. And what may be development for one person may not be development for the other, right? Like you've seen in the tribal scenario. The industrialists think if they get an industry and build something for the benefit of the society, it's development. But for the tribals, they're losing out on their lives and livelihoods. So is that called development? So it's not, right? So this is the conflicting scenario. Now let's head on to income and other goals. So basically what people really want, what they desire are having a good regular work. When with that kind of work, they need to get better income out of it and decent price when they sell that kind of crop to the market. And just from like this as how they also deserve things like equal treatment from people in the society. They need their own freedom, they need their security and the respect of others. So these are income is one aspect and the other goals such as equal treatment and etc. are the other aspects. So you should be knowing a very common saying that goes, money cannot buy everything. Money cannot buy happiness. This is a very true thing. Money can buy only the materialistic things, right? It can buy a car that you want. It can buy you a laptop. It can buy you a phone. But can it buy you equal treatment in the society? Can it buy you freedom? Can it buy you security? Right? So non-material things, to buy it with money is very hard. And you should also remember the quality of the life that we want to live, it depends on the non-materialistic things rather than materialistic things. For example, for the convenience for your understanding, think about the kind of role the friends play in your lives, right? And you're not buying friends. They are friends for a reason. So you may desire their friendship, you would want to talk to them every day, you would want to share things with them. This cannot be bought. Hence, these are other things, main things that you desire in your life. So let's take another example. You're getting a job in a very far place. So before you take up that job, you will see other set of factors as well. Not just you will see income for sure, but apart from income, you will also see if there's room for your family, if there's basic working, good conditions in your office, and an opportunity to learn and grow. You will see all that. It is a very true fact that once women get out of their homes and start to work, their dignity and respect, the self-respect that they get automatically increases. This is a very true fact. But there's of late, what is the major trend that is going on is the couple is sharing the household domestic chores because both of them are equally working at different companies, and the historical notion that is passed on saying only the women have to do the domestic work has been removed, or at least people are trying to understand that it is baseless. It is a baseless notion that has developed, and now women are also taking different kind of jobs and running a business of their own. So hence they are highly empowered to do something out of their lives. Therefore, the development goals that people have are not only about better income, but they're also about other important things in your life that I've explained to you here. Now let us see national development. So what is national development? The development of the nation, right? So in the nation, there are so many different people, and every different person has a different kind of aspiration or a goal that you've seen for their development. So do you think these, and it is a very obvious situation that some people's aspirations is conflicting with another person's aspirations, as we've seen earlier, right? So do you think all these ideas will be taken into account when you're accounting for national development? And if there are some kind of conflicts, who will win? Who gets to decide who is going to get an upper priority? And what is the kind of fair and just path for all? So thinking about these kind of questions that are highlighted in red right here, thinking about these questions leads to the entire idea of national development. So how to compare different countries or states in terms of development? And you would have noticed that while teaching, I would have used terms like developed countries or underdeveloped countries or developing countries. And how do you think these countries are even called so? So for countries to be called so, the main factors that you see is the kind of income these countries even get. So definitely, if it's of a very higher income that the citizens of that country get, it's a developed country. If the income is very low, it becomes an underdeveloped country. So now that we've seen it is based on income, have you ever wondered what is the income of a country? How do we calculate the income? The income of the country is the income of all the residents of that country, right? All the people who reside in that country.